Good morning, traders. Welcome to today's market review. This is Fred Razak at CMTrading. Today is April 15th, 2016, and today is Friday morning. So looking first at the economic calendar today, we've got one major number really coming out today, and that's going to be at 5 p.m. South African time. That's a consumer confidence number, and that's coming out of the United States. Other couple of numbers coming out, but they're not as significant. But let's look at the market review from this week. We're starting out with the Euro USD extending its losses, as you can see here, after hitting this resistance. It was a beautiful move. We discussed this yesterday in the briefly. We discussed it yesterday in the webinar. You see that this has this resistance here at 114, and it stayed true to it, and it was didn't break it above. No major bars, as you can see in hindsight. Okay, it's a little bit harder when you're in the move. Okay, as you can see here, we're going to look at a 4-hour chart. Okay, it's a little bit harder because in a 4-hour chart you can see there was actually bars above it, but nothing ever closed above it. So if you were in it and you were able to catch this move on the way down, it was a nice 200 pip move. Altogether, let's see if the losses continue and we retrace back to 111-ish level. So could be we'll find a new range that we'll be trading with between 112-ish and 114-ish. Okay, but all in all, keep an eye on this to see if it extends its losses. Looking at the Dow Jones, and this is what's beautiful. The Dow Jones usually trades completely opposite as the Euro USD. The dollar gets weaker, and as you can see here, we had a rally yesterday. We're at this major resistance, 17,880. If you remember, before our sell-off, okay, our major sell-off, we actually hit this twice. Okay, we challenged it actually twice, and we never came up above it. And we challenged it again after we had that big sell-off, and we, tested it again. And then we're back at these levels, which is unreal. Okay, we're only about 500 points from our all-time highs. So, the big question is, are we going to break above this? Let's see how that comes out. I want to see some more conviction in the market to see if that actually fruits. We are heading into the end of April, beginning of May, and so it could be kind of interesting how we're really, knee deep in the quarter and really going through halfway of it. So it'd be kind of interesting to see how this unfolds. Looking at the gold had a big sell-off yesterday, trading at, now it bounced a little bit, but it sold off even more. From 1256 we sold off to 1246, and then now we're selling off to 1226, and we're bouncing here about 5 points. So, I'd like to see gold, honestly, at 1180 to actually pick it up in my personal account. Let's see if it actually does get to that level. I wish it did, but on a long term, I think we're still good with gold, and I've got a target of 1300 for the end of the year. So, I've set 1200 for the end of the year. We actually surpassed that. So I think it's reasonable to say that if we continue just trading within this range and showing some strength, we could certainly hit 13,200, 13,050 even as we get into the end of the year. So keep an eye on gold as well. Not much going on for oil after its nice rally this week. We're just trading at this 42 level over the past couple of days. So, we had this nice rally from 36-ish level, okay, and now we're just trading at 42. So the question is that are we going to hold this resistance level, or we're going to break it and get back into the $40 to $38 range? So that remains to be seen. Keep an eye on that as well and see how that goes. Looking at the GBP Japanese yen, it was really a non-event yesterday. I mean, we're short covering here, okay, so this really rally is just a short covering, and you see that it's not really, jumping on any sort of positive news coming out of the UK. So, ultimately, can we go down further? Absolutely. I mean, we're looking at really on a monthly level, we're still at this major threshold, okay, and we're a little bit beneath it, okay. So I'd like to see it really break it, and maybe break to 148-ish level, and then I think we could even see 139, 131-ish level, continue to have this sell-off. So I'd like to see some sort of confirmation, though, before you get a little bit more aggressive, because it has corrected itself so much since last year. So keep an eye on the GBP, Japanese yen. Keep an eye on the GBP just in general. Versus the USD, it's pretty much leveled off, as you can see here. It's at the bottom of its range, but nothing to really write home that it's trending downwards. It's sort of trending in a sideways momentum. So again, keep an eye on them, all right, because they are it is in play, and there's a lot of news coming out on the UK, obviously, with its break off from the EU, and seeing how that will actually be executed and how that actually forays. So it's going to be very interesting. Looking at the USD CAD as well, we're hitting our low of 128. We're at the bottom of the range here. Really no big bounce, okay? So the dollar corrected itself versus the USD CAD. This, you could say, is an extreme move because of the fears of oil going to $2 a barrel, which is ridiculous. But I think that those fears have subsided, and as such, we're making a correction in the CAD. So keep an eye. If we do actually bounce off of this 128 level, it would be major. This is Razak at CMTrading. I want to wish you guys a great weekend. Thank you.